But OG Esports responds with the Donghuang. What an interesting debut, and what a day to debut it as well.
I think this is actually the first pick in the KWC thus far for the Donghuang. Yeah, actually we should have started with this, but which team are you giving an edge to just with draft alone?
I actually prefer the Nova draft. I think it makes a little bit more sense.
Okay, but on getting a little bit low. Muji get run down, and wow, he's going to give up first blood, but here come the reinforcements. Waypit is there with the Peacebringer, but not able to capitalize and get a revenge kill.
Super interesting. No punishment coming out from Nova. This is not very Nova-like. And I feel like OG, they have a little bit more control. Nova, very smart. They recognize this. They go for the other objective instead.
Yeah, very smart here. But I mean, they're going to trade away the Tyrant because OG had all that space in the bottom lane.
Trait of a professional team. They are able to read the situation at all times.
Yeah, and being able to take out both the red buffs, especially early, taking it away from CY, huge. Set sail connecting on the 2 on this one. But again, it's all about CY. How is he able to get farm in the early lane? It looks like they've got him with the lockdown. Muchen not getting away from this one, and they're going to feed CY, let him get that kill.
I think that was a worthwhile trade for the side, right? Muchen, he gives away his life, but end of the day, they secure the buffs. And unless DAO is taken down here, I don't see much of an advantage for Nova.
Yeah, not much at all, but I mean, it's still a shift. Yes, it is just a roamer at the end of the day. It was just Muchen, but I mean, you're feeding into CY. You never really see that if you're an OG. Okay, looks like they're going to go on, find on, and they get the return kill, and CY starting to come online.
Yes, 5.5 minutes. This is probably one of the times they want to get that lead. CY opening up OG.
Yeah, CY not scared. He's diving back and forth. They're going to find DAO as well with Muchi's damage on top of that, and Nova Esports, you blink, and now they've got a lead.
But because of this interaction here, they're actually pulling away the defenses of OG. So OG now, they have to get a little bit of damage. Hang on.
They found Waypit. He's going to try to flash away, but the Dark Impact going to connect, but the box is going to be used. They throw out Furball, trying to slow it down, and Waypit will fall in the end.
Good understanding, but still, it is Nova in way more control, because at this point, yes, you take the T1 at the bottom, but this is the game plan of Nova. I am thinking 3 steps ahead of you. You win that team fight, it's fine. I'll trade for the T1 on the top.
Okay, I don't know if it's 3 steps, but it's at least a step. But now they've got the connection. They actually have CY locked down, and that was that control. Here we go, the Unending Sorrow back on now. Infinite Fastness, he's potentially going back in. He wants to be aggressive. He will turn this, but Schwan is already going to be killed. Keka with a double, and they find On, and now Muchi on the run. He's going to be chased here. The Furball comes in, gets the stop, and gets the kill onto Muchi. Shut down, going the way of DAO.
That timing was so strict. Muchi actually just used his infinite vastness, but got taken the moment he could turn into a dragon, and this is a huge hurt on the side of Nova Esports.
And now OG, just like that, they've shifted the game in their favor. They're going to take the mid T1, and you never really see that. It's been scouted out by Waypit, potentially going for a Cannon Blast steal. This will be very close. Not going to happen. On to picks this one up.
But is it worth the trade? They lose another T1. Look, there is no more T1s for the side of OG, and this makes the map very dark on the side of OG Esports.
There were some uncharacteristic mistakes from the Twisted Mind side, as well as the Pause Gaming side. It didn't seem like everybody was 100%. Fatigue is definitely an issue. But here's the Dark Impact potentially going in for this one. They have the stun on the Waypit. They have the lockdown and the control. They get the damage. But it looks like Muchen's going to be traded away. They have the knock up onto this one, and they're going to bounce him around. Chuan trying to go for the truth, but not going to be enough. CY is going to be focus fired. He goes down as well. 3 for 1 thus far, and Nova on the run.
Baited! OG playing that so well. The fact that they allowed CY and understood that this is exactly where it's going to come from, that save coming in. They baited out Xun's ultimate as well. Very smart gameplay coming from OG.
If you're going to prioritize someone, you need to ensure that you kill them, and here's the replay.
Yeah, so they actually baited out the box as well. Was it really a bait? I'm not sure, but the fact that the Forsaken contract got rid of the support on the side of Nova actually was a big difference maker, because not only did they force Xun to use his ultimate early, in which you saw they did not manage to get the slam onto the wall. That was the biggest difference, right? The truth mantra, but the same can be said of Nova as well. There is a potential of a very big turnaround. All they need to do is to start with a perfect Wendy chessboard.
It's going to start with that one. I mean, just to initiate, just to lock down. But look at how OG are grouping up together. This is a death ball that is a very tough nut to crack. Nova Esports, if anything, they need to think about looking to split. But here's the truth setting it up. up. The Unending Sorrow just instantly used to counter most of this one, but here's the board, the Dark Effect on the side, and they're trying to find for Muchen. They're trying to focus him down. They're taking liberties. He flashes away, and it looks like OG are going to disengage here.
They expended almost everything. Muchi still has his ultimate along with Wave Hit though.
Kuka flashes away as well. He's going to get back to safety. Muchen is going to recall, and now Nova Esports with a bit of an opening are going to look to focus, at least start the Overlord here.
Yep, they want to look for the steal. It is a Shadow Overlord, so this is going to be big.
Oh, nice little pull in, searing stab, but he's been stuck in. He's been suppressed, but the truth coming in with Sean, and it looks like he's going to get the return one, looking to turn this. The Infinite Fastness over the wall. He's going to go aggressive. Kuka has been down, and they look like they're going to get on as well, and now they're turning it around. Dao just trying to stay alive, trying to go, gets Muchi on his way out.
Okay, that was a worthwhile trade if you're on the side of OG, but still,
again, OG needs to be careful. They need to be, positioned well when they're looking to take a team fight.
And this comes also with, the stress, right? If you're stressed, you don't think straight, and I feel like OG have been pressured, and at this point, they feel like they are out of control.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever thought straight, because I'm always stressed, right?
True.
All right, here we go. It looks like they find Kuka. Juan is going to go, but Muchen is going to be killed. The first Wave Hit looking for the next target. Gets the Cannon Blast, and Juan with the truth, bouncing them all back. He gets on top of An. He's going to be killed. They found Kuka, and Nova Esports, without a single death to their team, are going to continue to push.
And in a swing of events, Nova now looking for the lead. Wendy, what a player. This is why a good Yixing changes the game, and this could be #1 for the side of Nova Esports.
I mean, they're taking the mid T3. They're going to take out Wen. They're going to get the ace, and it looks like Nova Esports are going to walk down mid and take game 1.
Lesson learned, no, it is Nova giving that first response. Game #1 goes into their hands.
Look at the damage dealt. 30+%. It gave the Luna the opportunity to get all of the objectives in the jungle and just snowball at around 9 minutes.
So are we gonna see a awesome map control play, macro play coming out from Nova? They also have fighting prowess.
They definitely have fighting prowess. And I mean, if they're able to just kind of stand up in front, you have the Ogren there as the initial one. Fatih is the secondary. Yeah, in favor for now. But Nova Esports, more than anything else, it's like funneling that farm into CY as much as possible. And look at, they're starting to contest. This is going to be very uncomfortable for Dao. He wants to be left alone, but it looks like they're going to have the knock up CY using the Conductor of Souls. Not able to take that one. And now Kuka looking to go in for this. Nice 3-man stun. And do they get anything on this one? CY solo. He uses the path of passing, but that's not where you want to go. He's actually going to the wrong side, but he will go down. But Dao falls first, and first blood goes the way of Nova, although CY did trade in the end.
It's a decent trade, but it's still Nova in control because they took down Dao, they took down Wen, but they only traded CY for that. They also got rid of that Crimson buff. It's in the hands of Wendy at this point.
Yeah, and he'll definitely be using that to kind of help push, but Kuka in a bad spot, fighting 1 versus 2. Oh, they've already taken him down. Muchen is there. He's just trying to whittle him down as much as possible, but these bots are on top of him, and Muchen has to fly high away from the base.
That are very apparent at this point. Nova in the mid lane, Wendy already has close to a 700 gold lead against the Lady Chen, so he's gonna have a lot of pain down to the side of OG.
Yeah, look, CY looking to contest at this point. The Ocean of Tears is gonna be on top, but CY with that steal, he smites it, and this is gonna be great. And they've also picked up Kuka in the top lane as well, so they're doing some serious damage. Nova Esports being aggressive, OG on the defensive, and just want to farm in peace.
But they can't, and this is exactly what you should do. OG looks lost, and Nova, I mean, they're proving that, hey, that BO3, no fluke. CY in a very commanding position, and what a timing. Look again, Azure is here.
Okay, they're going to look to contest yet again the arrow storm right onto CY, but they pretty much just want the buff, and they're going to move on out. They smite away yet another buff.
Pure class. Xuan, he should be able to survive this, and once again, OG cannot find the punish.
Cannot find the punish, nothing in retribution, and I mean, this is a big one for CY. Wave Hit all the way up in front, finding Muchen. They're going to slow him down. He's going to go down, and Wendy with those spots, chasing him down to the ends of the earth. Yeah, everything. Taking away everything, looting and pillaging their entire jungle. I mean, this is the top lane is looking to be in a rough spot as well, but Kuka, he's going to be dove under. He's going to be, like, gone on right here. He tries to flash away, but they're going to chase him down, and CY not letting him go. They're going to take that as well as the top T1.
Easy peasy, lemonade squeezy at this point. Nova leading 6-1 in terms of kills, but not only that, they have extended their their lead. It's a 3,000 goal lead in advantage to Nova. And once again, unless they get a steal, this is like a consolation prize.
Yeah, AG.AL might have gotten that one, and it looks like the chase is on. They have the control. Muchen trying to ride the wind, but he gets shut down. He gets struck down from midair, and it looks like it's going to be a kill going their way of Nova yet again. Look, even with this push, Wendy's going to make it very difficult for them to defend in this mid T1, but Nova Esports using that as just more of like a farce more than anything else as they siege and look to take this Crimson.
Yes, and you can't defend wave. There is no wave management.
There's no wave. Conductor of Souls right on top of that. The steal away with that smite, but now AG.AL is about half-life. CY on the run. Xuen looking for that right angle. He's going to try to go down for Muchen, but they've already taken Keka in the other side of the map. But Muchen right in the wind. He's going to get back, but he's going to be chased. Uses that Mulberry power, but he's going to be killed.
Very smart move coming in. So Xuen actually separates the entirety of OG, and once again,
take out those kills, which is a huge proponent of why they're up 9-1. But here's the Dream Roam. That's a nice one. Connecting onto 3, the Arrow Storm right onto CY, but AG.AL, yes, he's tanky, but he's going to get sliced down. CY gets that kill, and Xuen with the flank, not able to get anything else.
There is no rising at this point. OG made to sit down as the map is just conquered by the side of Nova. We predicted a close series, but it's not looking like it right now.
Yeah, it's not at the moment. Kuka look flashing in, tries to find at least Waypit. The force field suppression, he's going to go in, but he's being focused on by 3 members. Nova make him pay for being aggressive and contesting, and they also pick up Muchen as well. Deal with the waves. Not the easiest thing to do, especially since Nova Esports. They win a team fight, and with Wendy, you have that potential push.
And look at the distribution this time for Nova, right? Instead of CY taking the buffs, now they've given the buff to Wendy, given the buff to Muji. They have hit their power spikes 8.5 minutes in. There is looking like there is no ray of hope for OG.
It's just one game thus far. This is not looking like a good game for OG as well. Obviously, they're going to look to bounce back, hopefully, on this one. But right now, in this game, yes, you were saying disarray. OG don't have any answers right now. Really struggling to find their sort of footing. They don't really have the magic, the damage to kind of deal with some of the tanky ones, especially like CY that you're breaking down. But now Nova Esports putting the assault on this bottom T3, looking to go down. Yeah, you don't really have the minions, but you got Wendy.
It's a dash and a gash at the T3. Nova draw the big one here. T3 for the side of Nova Esports, and they are in elation
lead. I mean, this game has been all Nova Esports. It's tough for Nova to get any sort of farm.
In fact, look, they're so optimized. It's a double objective take. Wendy gets the Shadow Overlord, and Muji gets that Shadow Tyrant. So not only do they have macro advantage, why not if you're on the side of Nova?
No, I mean, it's a great call. You have that damage too, and you're able to do it well. But the Dream Roam forward, Kuka looking for that flank, but it looks like he's been caught out. He's going to use the force field suppression just to stay alive, but CY Seer states him, and now it looks like Xuen all the way in the front line, just attracting them to go back into their base. CY over that wall, but they've got Vanguards. This siege will continue.
A second rampage, this time in the form of CY as well. It will be a barren base, and you know what? The crystal is wide open. They can go for this if they want.
The top T3 is the only thing standing at this point. Yes, the crystal is there, but with this Shadow Vanguard, it's going to be tough. Muchen getting so low, he's going to get sniped out by Muji. He gets that soaring signal, but AG.AL all the way up in front. He gets guillotine for his troubles, and they get wet, and they get the crystal, and Nova Esports take game 2.
Okay.
And also in competitive, you saw today how they're able to use it along with channel, like Menjin was mentioning, right, to push a lot of towers. And the damage that Milady was pushing out onto...
Now, as a Liang, you have suppression, you're able to get the catch. But who are you supposed to catch on the side of Nova? Everyone on the side of Nova, once again, has a disruption skill. They're able to get the CC on you.
But they're just going to push them away. They just want the Sprite.
Yeah, OG needs to find an unfair advantage at this point.
Oh, there's the lockdown. They have the control, but they do have enough damage. They do. And Xuen will be killed first, and Keka will cartwheel his safety.
That is what we're talking about for OG fans. Nova, the one trait is if Nova makes one mistake, they never make it again. Rarely.
Yeah, it's tough. It's tough. They definitely learn from their mistakes. Waypit was going potentially in. He's just scouting that out, but he gets killed for his troubles when picking up that kill. Mirror, I mean, it's tiny, but you'll take whatever you can, especially from what we saw from OG before. But here's the Umbrella Outburst. They push back the Stampede. The Infinite Fast, he just barely gets out, but when not able to get out, he's just a little too static. AG.AL still up in front with that Mirror Domain. They'll push back. They find CY. They get the return. They get the nice little knockup, but Waypit on the return. Xuen go diving on the tower. He's going to go all in, gets the kill on the eye.
Is this a bad situation for the side of Nova? I would argue no. no, I think it's okay. CY did his job. They got down one.
But generally speaking, you gotta trust Dao in the end.
So for all the newer players in HOK, you're wondering why are teams fighting? It's actually to get that map control, right? If you time your fights right, the opposing team won't be able to clear the waves, which, funnily enough, is what Nova is doing right now, right? There is a bit of pressure on the T1, and Nova looking for
the umbrella outburst, but the flash away, and it looks like Muchen will get to safety. Just kind of sensing things were astray, but here's the return. They find Waypit, they do the damage, and they find CY. They get the pick off, but Kuka is down. Xuan with that Soaring Green Dragon under the tower. Here's the mirror domain with Dao, and it looks like An looking to make a play, goes for the Flaming Palm, not able to kill Muji. He gets on his dragon, he's on out of there.
If they get this Crimson Golem, it's a big win for the side of OG, and they do. Dao steals it away like a thief in the night.
Muji's definitely on that list as well, but getting that kill and only trading away your Clash laner, I think they'll be happy. But they have the control, they find CY yet again. He's had a rough time, the Unending Sorrow keeping Wendy alive.
2,000 ahead this time, individually. Dao leading ahead of CY, and this is where you need to hit those markers and timing.
Did you not believe that Dao was going to bounce back in a must-win game? This is the guy that's going to set things up.
Hop at his step, and I'm not talking about the hero pick of Angela.
Yeah, it's definitely going to help them. I mean, you're seeing just like they're being a little bit more aggressive. They're being more assertive with their movement, and especially with this contest, Nova Esports now on the defensive. The Umbrella Operas completely miss on this one, but he stampedes forward, gets a nice little connection. The Blazing Brilliance right on top of this, but Xuan is going to be killed. The Infinite Vast is on back. 2 members down from Nova. Muchi running for his life. They're going to find Muchi as they get the pick off. The Unending Sorrow. Wendy just trying to go in, but on with a triple kill.
This Dragon Boy is on fire, and he's not just breathing fire, he's breathing the earth and air as well, water. Okay, yes, Waypit did miss that unbridled outburst, but it was Kirk that pulled 3 different members on the side of Nova away from the backline. So actually, CY was on his own when he was trying to go on to win.
Yeah, look at you see what OG had done? They know they have such a huge lead. They're going to look to take both of the objectives at the same time. Dao was just taking the Tyrant very slowly, ensuring that the rest of them could catch up on that Overlord. Yeah, that would be huge for him. I mean, Muchen has been making some serious plays in the KWC thus far. He hasn't had the greatest time. I mean, yes, they're in the lead. He's been able to knock down the right one, but it looks like they're going to go for this one. The Umbrella Outburst pushing on back. Here's the Duel of Death, finding a nice little target. They find Wendy, though. He's going to be the first to fall, but they trade away with Wen. Muchen down for the count as well. And now CY on the run. Kaka makes a beeline for him, gets the pick off. But it looks like that's going to be a 2 for 2.
And they have not been able to kill out Dao. Okay, they just finished the job. But once again, this is why you don't count out Nova. They survive. OG get the T3 at the top. It is a big win for them. It's fully at max strength in terms of power spikes. It's really about the item swaps. But 14 minutes in, the T3 at the bottom, open for the taking. And OG, they have a good advantage.
Yeah, they're going to take the Shadow Tyrant here. And OG looking for more, trying to get the knock-up onto Waypit, who Leaping Saviors away. And with that Oak Bolt, I think they're not going to go for too much. The Razor Cavalry, they find On in a bad spot. Nowhere to get On, and he's not able to get out on that Dragon. And now Nova Esports on the chase. Nova Esports are up to it. Now they're going to focus on this Overlord.
Okay, this is a difficult situation for OG. They do not have
the control. They have the nice little damage. The Blazing Brilliance. And Waypit is going to be down. He got stuck out. The Unending Sorrow on 4. They find Kuka in return. But now CY just going to step out of that pit. Wendy's been killed as well. It's a 2 for 2.
Okay, so at this point, Waypit and Wendy, they did have to tank Wen. Unfortunately, it was Wendy who was standing in the front. Oh,
he's going to go golden. Xuan under the tower, though. They haven't even taken the top T1, so they need to take that. But it looks like the Overlord will be picked up for Nova Esports here.
Okay, that's some breathing space for the side of Nova, right? Because no, it's 2 bleeding wounds on the top and the bottom. And with Dao, oh, what's the call?
Oh, looks like they want to go for Xuan. He's the mirror domain, but he's going to step on out of this one. But Xuan gets picked off. Dao with just too much damage at this stage.
Which is why Waypit as well as Xuan have very important roles here, right? CY is trying to find that opening as well. Right now, I think if you die for this one,
they're going to go. The Umbrella Outburst, the pushback. Xuan finds Dao. He's not going to look to die for that tower. But Kuka in a bad spot, looking to get serious on this one. But he might have been caught out. Tries to go all in for Muji, and Muji outdashes him. Just too much at this point. The Infinite Fast is on back. Wen with the Blazing Brilliance right on top. But he's going to go golden. Just stay alive at least a little bit longer. But Nova Esports have gotten that pick off, and they have a power play.
The pressure that's coming from Nova that is unbelievable.
Unbelievable. The S3 and MKL champions. There's a reason why this team are the champions, because they're so resilient. They're able to find ways to come back into games and to just pull them out from under you.
It rarely feels like Nova is at a disadvantage.
That's true. The Umbrella Outburst is going to be on, but DAO gets that steal. His Sage's Sanctuary, he might be going out for this one. It looks like he will be killed, but he trades his life away for that Shadow Tyrant.
I'm not sure if that was worth it, but I think OG makes a very conscious decision not to stick with him, right? Do not bring Death's Door to us. Wave it!
Yeah, he's gonna get back to safety, and yeah, you're right in the sense that like nobody else wanted to die with DAO. It was a suicide mission. He was successful, but now they find Juan in a they're gonna do some little bit of damage. Keka trades his life away, finds Wendy, but now Muchi's a little bit low, and it looks like he wants to go. He's gonna go immune at least for now, but he gets the pick off, and it looks like OG finding opportunities, but they're on the run.
While they're running, the minions are doing the work. The T3 in the middle being taken down as we speak now. Nova, they have tried their best. They will be able to defend the T3 in the middle.
The Shadow Overlord here.
With the Primal Bond down, right, out of cooldown, it is going to be OG taking it with relative ease. Now, the question is...
Yeah, but nobody's actually rotating. CY was potentially going for that recall. The Vanguard is still there in the bottom lane, but OG using that space to potentially go. Here's the dual death, finding Muchen. He's going to go golden, at least for now. The Blazing Brilliance just pushing them back. DAO not able to really find the target. They go onto Waypit, who's taking most of this. Nice little stampede onto 4. The Infinite Fastness on back, and Keck has been picked off. Muchen's going to be next on that list. They found DAO as well. And 3 members down from OG and Nova Esports looking to dive deep into the mid T3 here.
One blunder, the save comes in from Xuan to save the base as well. Nova, this is the time. And look, there's 3 members down. An and 1, can they actually do it?
There are no minions at this point, and here's Sage's Sanctuary onto An. They've already gotten Wen, and Nova Esports, they get the ace, and Nova Esports looking to close this game and this series. You thought they were out? Nova Esports are like, not just yet.
10 seconds and the base will be wrecked at this point. OG, they cannot do it. It's Nova. They take game number 3 and we are at match point.
But man, Anne, on that specific situation, I want to also talk about Shuhan stepping up again, another level.
But is this the hero that you really want as your final pick, as your carry? Everything on the line, this is the hero you want.
Yes, and I want to point you at CY's itemization. So clear to know that, hey, Wen is going to be doing a lot of damage. So he prioritizes that Long Night Guardian top item first.
Oh, the unworthy blade, CY. Looks like they want to go for On. They're looking for that first blood. Windslash on top of them, and it like gets the snipe out. Wendy gets first blood. Yeah. And CY actually a little bit behind in terms of the level lead with DAO taking advantage. Again, that early game spike is actually key for them. But now Muchen providing that vision. Sees that the Tyrant is being started here.
He has flash though.
He has flash. He's looking to go for this one. He gets on top, but DAO with that take. CY still up in front, looking to go for Wen, who's looking to just run away. He's going to go immune at least for now, but he gets picked up. Wendy finds him out. Nova Esports getting the kills, and now CY. He's going to be assaulted on this one, but Juan not going to be able to kind of keep him alive. Oh, he will. He stays alive here. Look at how he's just kind of sticking around. They're not able to farm at this point. They're all just kind of grouped together.
Yes, and Nova, threatening to fight. And that's the thing, they're threatening and they get to choose.
Yeah, this is the best part, right? Just like not really even taking the fight, but they have to respect you. But DAO taking the bottom T1, that's going to be a huge win for them. They need to get back in, get those towers.
Yeah, so it's 1 apiece, but with that trade on the top.
Wendy in a bad spot. He's going to be gone on here. Keka looking to go for back to safety, but DAO is going to be caught out. Here's the Tremor Smash looking to go in. Nice little knock-up. They get onto Wendy, and the push back, the heroic charge onto CY, living up to the name. But Nova Esports not able to get a return kill.
And look, we are on the side of Nova here. They have polished their axes, they have sharpened the steel, and they're ready to go for the killing blow.
I mean, they're looking to go for this one. They flash away, keeping Wen alive. That board is going to be set, but he is solo, cannot fight, and they want another target. They find DAO, and Nova with the pick off. They're continuing on. They take the mid T1 as well.
With no minions, and once again, they play the same card. Numbers advantage. A 5v1. Well, the risk is going to be increasing now with a 1,000 goal lead.
Oh, the top lane set sail, finds the connection. Keka, he's trying to dash away, but he's going to get sniped out. Wendy with yet another kill. trying to sneak a Tyrant.
It's a consolation prize if there's any. At this point, both the Azure Golems are in the hands of Nova. One in CY, which he needs, the other in Wendy. There is going to be a lot of cooldown reduction for this guy.
Yeah, look at this one. It looks like the potential assault from Muchen, just dealing with the minions. Again, slowing it down, slowing the pace. But here's the set sail. He's looking around. He's wrapping around the parking lot. He's going to look to go for this one. Goes over the wall, doesn't connect.
Scary situation. Nova, they're very ready to fight at this point. They have all the common spells.
And this is going to be the Crimson. This is going to be the next big fight here. CY still up in front. He's going to be knocked up back with that taking liberties. The Unruly Blade, the Blood Rage on top of him. He is not scared. He wants to go. He trades his life away. He's going to trade for when. And now they're on a full-out retreat. OG back in their base. The winning strategy is going to be connected onto DAO, but does not kill.
The only safety net for the side of OG now is the fact that there is only one wave of minions marching down in the mid. This T2 will be under pressure. They should be able to take it before any defense comes through.
Yeah, nothing really OG could do, especially after that last assault. They had to retreat, regroup.
Is never given, it is taken. And Nova have taken full control of this game.
Okay, what is that quote from? Actually, I don't even know.
One of the Blue Flag Raiders.
Okay, all right. I'm surprised you read a book. But okay, here we can think of the knockup of the set sail right onto Kuka. There, he's trying to go for this one, but he's dashing away. He does get away. He has that speed. He is going to be fine. But this is an opening for the Tyrant yet again for Nova Esports here.
But what a play! They can't do anything. So they not only they force a fight. OG are not in fighting shape. They have to give up the Tyrant, and once again Nova re-establishes control. And there is no more opening. OG cannot take the Overlord.
Can't take anything at this point. I mean, Nova Esports, great movement, right? Just understanding that the Overlord was going to be the next thing. Yes, they have the Primal Bond on them, but they don't care. Nova Esports are so far up right now that they're willing to risk it here.
And funnily, I know DAO is at the top of the gold chart, but you know what? Nova's answer? Numbers. You can be the top of the farm, but it's just you alone.
Yeah, you alone at this point. There's nothing really that OG can do. They're pretty much just watching at this point. I mean, if anything, maybe you've looked to push the bottom lane. Juan might be coming in with that boat at a moment's notice and could just like shake up everything in that team fight.
Yes, and very smart decision. Nova put the Overlord on the bottom. They have a buff in that lane as well. And because they have the advantage, they are willing to fight at this lane.
Yeah, and they're going to take this bottom T2. Nova Esports just complete control. The map control has been on point. With these Vanguards, OG really don't have any space to breathe.
Yeah, perfect foundations, perfect form from Nova. They're looking for that opening.
They're looking for the opening here, but with that Vanguard, they're putting a little bit of pressure. Here's the boat. It goes over the wall, connecting onto 3. They want to go for this one, and they find him. The flash away. Wen trying to stay alive, but they've taken the bottom T3. They haven't gotten a kill thus far, but they've been throttled back. They're in their fountain, and they need to heal up. But Nova Esports taking the mid T3. They make move to the top.
Big wins all across the map. Right now, as long as they don't die, it's fine. Nova take another big win. It's not about getting the kills, it's wrecking the base. And OG have no answers.
I mean, Chuan was down for the count. That was like the biggest thing, but his boat was on point. That winning strategy onto Kuka, he's going to be taking that one. But again, they've taken everything what they want, which is the mid and the bottom T3
that OG just cannot solve.
It's just too much burst. I mean, OG, like, you can't really survive that. And that's kind of why, you know, the rest of OG aren't able to take a really good team fight. And they go the winning strategy right onto Muchen, who's trying to just get back to safety. He does stay alive, but they've been pushed away. Here's the secondary one. Ana's going to have to go golden for that. But Juan gets the catch, gets the boat, finds DAO. But now here comes Kuka looking for the save. Pushes him away, but it looks like he's going to be going in. He's going to use the Razor Cavalry to push them back. But now Kuka on the run. He's going to be chased. Nova Esports are like, actually, we're just going to take this top T3.
Yep. He wants to buy time, but there is no time. OG now a barren base. The players have the heal. Kuka is so low. And right now, 5 men strong across Nova. Here to lay the law.
I mean, on down for about 30 seconds. That's an eternity at the stage. Here are the minions. Nova Esports putting pressure on that crystal. They're looking to focus this down. What can they do? The Tremor Smash is on up, but Muchen is just trying to stay alive more than anything else. And now with the crystal, Nova Esports will make it into the top 4.
Raid for Wendy on this Gongming at around the middle stages of the game. It was like 50% dealing